tomorrow's the 4th of July, so people are going to be having a ball, going crazy with the fireworks. Yeah, so been searching through for videos and I found something. It's quite interesting to me, something that I've thought about too also in the past that I'm familiarized with, but they're doing gematria to find out their information, and it's looking valid. Like, Hollywood is doing strange things, and people are transitioning over to what do they call them, bodysuits now, skin suits and things of that nature. I hope you all can see me very good because I broke my phone the other day, so I haven't had a chance to do anything. That's neither here nor there. Basically, I want you guys to see what I'm seeing, and we're just gonna jump right on into it, right? We're gonna dive on into it. And hold on, I don't have on any filter or anything. I'm just lounging here too, but I was like, let me conversate with you folks, see what you guys are doing today, and yeah, let's expose and allegedly, right? Let's find out what's on the net, what is wild. And I think people bypass Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga and how much they do look alike. And then there are many other celebrities that you could think of. Like, I never thought about Trippie Redd in Orlando Brown, but if you think about it, but Orlando Brown he truly is inhabited by Legion. Already seen him manifesting on the net. I hope you guys saw that one video, that one interview. I don't know who the podcaster was, but he was asking him things and he began to manifest. So that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look, you guys, on these celebrities and them changing faces and changing places, right? Because that's really what's going on. So without further ado, let's see. I hope you guys can see with my screen. I broke my phone the other day. I apologize. Okay, so let's see. Okay, hold on. We're going to get into it. And I mean, this is real interesting. I kid you not.
Alone, it's clear that they're the same person. I'm probably going to use this picture for the thumbnail because the side profile is exactly the same.
I never thought about that.
The nose is exactly the same. The jawline is the same, and the eyes are exactly the same. They even dress alike. It's crazy. There's so many similarities between them, and there's so many comparisons online. I could have got hundreds and hundreds of tweets, but all I did was just find some comparisons online. Right. Because anywhere you look, there's people comparing them. Everybody's saying that Lady Gaga should play Amy Winehouse in a biopic. That's how much people can see that she looks like her. And it's crazy because I didn't know who this was in this picture. I thought it was Lady Gaga at first, but this is actually Amy Winehouse. And when you compare her to Lady Gaga, they look exactly the same.
So you guys see,
and here's Amy Winehouse again. She looks exactly like Lady Gaga.
Hold on. You guys see the deception already. And I know that there's many other celebrities now, since you guys are seeing this, that you think about, you be like, oh my goodness, yes, they resemble. Or you know how they're saying skin suits and, all of these things now. They're giving it all this different terminology or whatever. We're going to continue, but I'm just saying, think about it. Think about Trippie Redd and Orlando Brown, okay? Let's continue.
They have the same body type and everything. And this is obviously a man. I can clearly tell that this is a man. Like I always say, 99% of mainstream celebrities are inverts.
That's what they say.
And I couldn't tell whether this was Lady Gaga or Amy Winehouse. I still don't know. I'm assuming it's Amy Winehouse because the picture looks older, but I don't even know, to be honest.
And you know what? When I was a kid, I used to have a whole bunch of Boy George on my wall and stuff when I was a kid, right? You guys, I didn't even know the difference. I know, I did not know the difference. I was a kid. All I knew is that he was real pretty and he wore a lot of makeup like Madonna. You get what I'm saying? And then as I got older, I thought about that and I was like, ooh, wait, that's crazy. Let's continue.
They look exactly the same. Like, to all the people who deny my videos, I want you guys to try to deny this one because we've never seen them in the same room. We never seen them talk to each other. And that doesn't actually mean anything because they can put two of the same person in the same room. And I showed you guys proof of Kid Buu doing that on Instagram.
They look like Jeffree Star right there.
I'm live. Will Ferrell also did that too, so I'll make a video about him too. But anyways, it's clear that Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga are the same. Like, I really don't have.
What do you guys
Why
think?
are you still using bots?
Hold on, they try to get us with a commercial, so let's get out of that right fast. Give me 1 second, folks. Yeah, so what do you guys think about that though so far? Hold on, let it play. I apologize. Yeah, so you said that's a man, but I'm telling you that's a man. Oh, that's what they say. I believe it. I believe it. Like, you know, when you look at the jawline and stuff like that, that's when I guess you're supposed to be able to tell. Let me skip through this commercial, folks. Here we go.
This one is so obvious. Even my mom saw this one because she's a big Amy Winehouse fan and she saw it right away. So let me know what you guys think about this and show this to all the Amy Winehouse fans. You know, I bet your parents are big Amy Winehouse fans. So if you show them this, I'm pretty sure they're going to see it right away. And here's a picture that somebody did where they put Lady Gaga's face on top of Amy Winehouse. And all the facial features match up exactly the same. And here's another good side profile right here. So this picture right here convinced me the most because they look exactly the same. Like, I don't think anybody can deny this one. I'm curious if anyone is going to deny this one because it's just way too up.
And then it's already funny because these people are into spiritism. These people are into the occult, right? So they conjure up these past people that have passed, and you know, they believe in all this hocus pocus. And what I'm just trying to say is a lot of this hocus pocus is factual. You get what I'm trying to say? You dibble and dabble and it works, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is it's in the Bible. It says you are what you pray to, what you feed into, you know, and so many words is what I'm trying to say. What you give your attention, your effort, your body, your spirit, your soul, your mind, everything, that's what you become. That's why these people, these demonic people, end up looking like these entities. Let's continue.
Obvious. And then Lady Gaga did this interview with Rolling Stone, and you guys can pause it and read it if you want, but she basically said she's a huge fan of Amy Winehouse, which is clearly not a coincidence. And Amy Winehouse is a part of the 27 Club, which is a list of popular musicians, artists, or actors who died at age 27. So I'm going to start exposing more celebrities who are part of the 27 Club, because everybody in the 27 Club faked their death.
And then I remember Little Uzi Vert, he was talking about the 27 Club, but he never passed. I mean, he's still, you know.
Anyways, back to Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga. So they're only 3 years apart. You know, they always use the number 3. And 3 years apart, that's not a big deal. You know, they're basically the same age. And one thing I noticed is that Amy Winehouse was born on 1983. And in case you guys are new, murder equals 83, 38, and killing and death equal 38. Okay, so that's proof that her death was scripted. All right, now let's pay attention to the numerology. So her birthday is September 14. 1 plus 4 is 5, and then September is the 9th month. So 9 plus 5 is 14. So the numerology of her birthday is 14. And there's so many 14s with this. So first of all, Lady Gaga is 41, which is 14 backwards. And then Amy Winehouse is 158. And when you add that up, it's 14. Because 1 plus 5 is 6, and then 6 plus 8 is 14. And then Amy Winehouse is 59, and 5 plus 9 is 14. And then same thing with Lady Gaga, 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 8 is 14. So all the yellow ones are the 14s. And now let's get into the 13s, because the numerology for Lady Gaga's birthday is 13, because it's March 28. 2 plus 8 is 10, and March is the 3rd month. So that's 13. And all the ones in red are the 13s.
And it's so crazy because I do it the opposite. Like,
and then 31, which is 13 backwards. And then 166, 1 plus 6 is 7, and 7 plus 6 is 13. And then 5 plus 8 is 13. So by looking at this, you can see that all their numbers are connected.
Okay, hold on. He keeps on flashing that date. I wanted to show you guys something. But it equals to 666. So that's my whole thing also. Like, he's doing gematria right now, but I do it a whole different other way because, like, I'm really not into the occultic. Like, I'm into the occult, but I'm not of the occult. You get what I'm trying to say? This is biblical over here. So that's why I'm showing you guys this, but I'm just making a point. So I don't want anybody to get confused, but let's continue. But I'm just showing you, you need to see this because this is what these people play into. So this stuff is factual. It's facts because, they go by the moon. These people worship the stars, all type of stuff. Let's continue.
And there's so many gematria connections with this. So the numerology of Amy is 3366, as you guys can see at the bottom numbers. And then Lady is 6633.
What did he just
and Lady
say?
equals
And what did I
66.
just
And as
say?
you guys know, Masonry is 33. And 33 plus 33 is 66.
And it all equals to 666.
And then Winehouse is 1111.7. And Gaga is 7711. So there's so much gematria connections with this, and I'm pretty sure there's way more. But the last ones I found are Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga both equal 158. And then Lady Gaga equals 58, and Amy Winehouse equals 58. And like I said earlier, Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga are guys. So if you guys want more evidence on that, watch this video right here. Right? Because this person did a good job breaking down how Amy Winehouse is a boy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And now I'm just going to show you guys all the videos of Lady Gaga talking about Amy Winehouse. And the first video I'm going to show you guys is a video of Lady Gaga touching a fan
they say, hey,
that has a Amy Winehouse tattoo.
Like I say, you practice this thing, and transhumanism and things of that nature don't come for me. But I'm just saying, right? Then you start to look like the thing that you worship, the thing that you practice. And Hollywood is full of deception anyway, right? So just like they say with the Biggie Smalls, was it the Biggie Smalls album and or was it the Craig Mack? But however, somebody's album, one of the songs and they show you the video. They say that the video, that those were actually men dressed up as women in the video. Let's continue. And then if you listen to the lyrics, the lyrics are quite, and then, Hollywood does this.
Too.
Man, that shit pop like hydraulics. I don't get high, I get knowledge. Tell them kids don't go to college, school block all that B12, you know this shit top. Yeah. History line to the children, the building design for the lot of life.
You guys know who this is, right? The Migos.
Hey, would you like your very own Shopify store?
I guess he was showing us something, but let's get through this commercial because we got to be careful. YouTube, it's not me. All right. So hold on. Yeah, let's get through this. But I also did a video on the Migos too. So what you say, 2/3 of the Migos is left. But you have to look through my playlist, the videos, and then you can look up the Migos, and then you can go watch it. So so let's continue though.
Underground serpent Nintendo. This make you right and they serpent your purpose. You don't get to unlock your merkable. You don't think freely damage Kundalini. This is shit.
Can you guys tell?
Look at they daughters, but got us a palindrome salad on GMO.
I don't know if they're gonna get us with all this music. This is not. Hold on, cause this ain't. This is my commentary. This is my reaction. Okay, folks, but we gotta be careful, right? The music. I don't know. Is it still playing a lot of music? Oh boy. Well, brace yourself, folks. Let's see. We might have to skip through this a little bit.
So a bit about Amy Winehouse, just because for me, she's like fucking royalty now, and rightfully so. She's this brilliant artist, and she's exactly who she is. And I love it because whenever I hear her music on the radio, it's not, okay, here comes the hook, here's the hook, it's coming. It's not like this commercial explosion of something we've already...
And then don't forget, remember that time when Lady Gaga, they also do all of this, CIA, tactics and MK Ultra and things of that nature. They put these people under spells and they do stuff to these people, because remember that time when Lady Gaga was out in public and she was moving so slow like a robot, and her legs were barely, it was like if you pulled up one of her legs, it would like be stuck in the air, like, you know what I'm trying to say. And then it was all like the Men in Black, and they were helping her get into the limo, and also with Hillary Clinton, and then with her bobblehead, things of this nature. Don't forget, folks, remember also 2 Chainz, he was stuck there, and he seemed like he was upset about that situation, remember, because I think they made a fool out of him. But who else? I think they paused Shaq also on his show. Remember that the sports show or whatever. But you guys know what I'm saying. A lot of strange things have been going on. Let's continue.
Her, it's so completely her. I'm influenced by her balls. But it's funny, Brit's got a lot of balls.
I wanted to ask you because, Amy Winehouse passed about a week ago now, I guess it is. She's 27, an incredible
At that
artist.
time, huh?
Your thoughts on the passing of somebody with such amazing talent?
I'm just so devastated and so sad. And I really couldn't speak for like 48 hours straight. I was in such
Okay,
shock.
and look at the symbolism. The duality. See that? The black and white, that's duality, right? You have to look it up. Let's continue.
I just think the most unfortunate thing about it all is the way that the media spins things, like, oh, here we can learn from Amy's death. I don't feel that, Amy needed to learn any lessons. I felt that the lesson was for the world to be kinder to the superstar. Everybody was so hard on her, and everything that I knew about her was that she was the most lovely and nice and kind woman. So
a lot of people blamed her for her addiction.
Yes. Right.
Which is stupid, because addictions are serious issues and it's diseased.
It is, yeah. And also, I read that she actually, the reason for her death was because she stopped cold turkey and her body couldn't handle.
Isn't that what they said?
Yes, and
it also said she was 27, you're 25. Yeah? And enormous fame, and you have enormous fame. And it said that she struggled, along with the addiction, she struggled with the fame. This kind of fame is very hard to handle. You have. How come?
Well, it's a very lonely life, but I think that that's part of what we love about her. You can't have it both ways. You can't enjoy listening to someone sing sad songs about the blues and heartbreak and then not expect them to be truly heartbroken and expect something different out of
sad
them.
songs.
Sure, I do.
And you've talked openly about the fact that you did cocaine. You talked about it just recently in a television show.
Yeah, I used to do hard drugs.
And you did hard drugs, and you drank or you drink. How did you get it? The easiest thing to do is to just keep doing it. The hard thing is to do what you did.
Well, I was so embarrassed.
All they do is reprogram the good ones that they want, that are still lucrative in the business.
My dad sort of called me out about it one day, and so I stopped. I don't do any hard drugs anymore. I'm a little part of the Green Club sometimes.
What did your father, how did he do that?
Your dad, he held you accountable.
What did your father do? That's instructive.
My dad was like, I know what you're doing, and just so you know, I did it, and I lost every friend and everything that I ever had while I did it. He shared with me his life story and his struggle, so that was what ultimately changed my life. And honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened. I never went back. Never
so
was.
I'm just trying to share this with the little monsters.
You never went back.
I don't want them to do anything bad that would ever hurt them. I want them to be, healthy and happy. And there's a way to be recreational and be young and rebellious and have a good time and not hurt yourself.
All right, so you guys see
now,
that,
it's only been a few weeks since Amy Winehouse's tragic death, and we're already hearing rumors of a biopic in the works. Not only that, but guess who apparently wants to play her? Lady Gaga. Seriously. The Daily Star in the UK is reporting that Gaga wants to play the late singer in a movie about her life. A source told the paper Lady Gaga worshipped Amy and would love nothing more than to transform herself.
Hold on, commercial.
You need to localize the summer campaign by yesterday.
Hold on, guys. Look what the news or whoever or entertainment or whoever that was. They said, she wanted to transform herself. Remember, these people are actors and actresses and things of that nature, right? So they're into mysticism. They're into spiritism. So they conjure up and they invoke spirits, to embody, to play the best part.
The person went on to say Gaga's been itching to make the transition from music into movies and sees this as her ideal role to launch her film career.
They all do that too.
Gaga's management team has been discussing possible film ventures before Amy's untimely death, but there's only ever been one role she wants to play, and that's Amy. Pretty interesting info, but let's not get our hopes up quite yet, because obviously it's just a rumor at this point. But what do you guys think about the possibility? Would Gaga play Amy's part well, or is this all just too soon to be thinking about? Let us know your thoughts below. Subscribe for more news updates.
Right,
Lady Gaga visits Amy. Will I Am Sick pulls out of a gig, and N-Dubs showcase their best.
And remember, Lady Gaga was haunted by them spirits. She couldn't sleep alone. They go under indoctrination. They go under induction. And they, they get possessed. They have to put these deities in these people to make them perform to the best of their ability. Because it's magic. It's musical. It's theatrics. It's theater. It's actors and actresses. Hollywood. Things of this nature.
Exactly describe Lady Gaga as subtle.
It's deception.
By any stretch of the imagination. But surprisingly, while she was in London,
the dark arts,
she managed to make a secret, unnoticed visit to Amy Winehouse's home in North London to pay her respects to the star. To make sure she wasn't seen, Gaga apparently made the pilgrimage in disguise. We wonder which one she went for.
In disguise. They're always talking in code, folks.
Many artists have been tweeting or blogging to pay their respects to the late Amy Winehouse, and now even Lady Gaga has taken the time to express her feelings towards Amy. She stopped by AMP Radio here in Los Angeles to talk with Carson Daly and spoke about everything from gay marriage, being famous, and what she learned from Winehouse. Gaga said, "I didn't know her. I loved her so much. I was nobody when she was first coming out. I have really dark hair, and all the time on the street, people would go, 'Amy, Amy,' and they would go back in black. They'd scream at me. I loved her, and I just remember feeling like I wasn't alone because she was so different and she was so special. It's really devastating, and I think it's a lesson to the world. Don't kill the superstar. Take care of her. Take care of her soul." You guys can listen to Gaga's entire interview with AMP by clicking the link below. Let us know what you think of her statement on Amy as well. We've all been dying for Amy Winehouse to make a comeback for a couple of years now,
okay,
and it looks like we're finally getting our wish. According to USA Today, Winehouse is teaming up with Tony Bennett for a follow-up to his 2006 release of Duets. Now, this project, entitled Duets 2, will feature Lady Gaga, Carrie Underwood, Michael Bublé, Josh Groban, Faith Hill, Norah Jones,
and
Will
then,
Nelson,
hold on, I
Katie
want to
Lang,
also bring to you guys' attention, I'm sorry, I'm eating Skittles over here. Don't forget, this is another reason why they have all of this plastic surgery. Okay, so think about that too. Okay, a lot of plastic surgery, it's right there in Hollywood.
Andrea Bocelli. Woo! Talk about a lineup. Guess when you're Tony Bennett, you have an easy time with recruitment. For Amy, the duet will be her first recorded appearance since her cover of Leslie Gore's It's My Party last year. We're hoping that this gets the ball rolling with her since she hasn't really done much of anything since 2006's Back to Black. Bennett's Duets album sold 1.7 million copies worldwide, so this follow-up will likely do pretty well, especially after hearing that lineup. So what do you Wino fans think? Do you miss Amy? Comment below.
Wow.
A really amazing moment with her when she's, hanging out at the studio and she's talking to Nick, and they're talking about the origin story, I guess, or the motivation for her 2009 performance at the Games.
Everything goes up in Hollywood.
And she's talking about Marilyn Monroe, and
it's a whole new world, like Kanye West says.
It seems like she's talking about Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Would you mind kind of exploring that? I mean, is this something that you guys talked about? Because I know that she's been a massive fan of Amy, and she's, so could you could expound upon that?
Her and I never talked about it. It was just in the line of what she was saying. She was talking about other women that had succumbed to say, the pressures of fame, or the exploitation of celebrity. And these are artists that she felt like, at least with that VMA performance where she's bleeding out on stage, she felt like it was kind of a tribute to them, right? She was like, if you want me to be sexy, I'll be sexy, but I'm also going to bleed to death, just to make you think about like all the other sex pots that.
So what the conspiracy is, you guys, or whatever, allegedly, however, whatever, cover yourself, right? Okay, is that they're saying that everything is scripted, that, these characters that come out into fame and that they blossom into these celebrities that we grow up to know, that, everything has been scripted from the beginning as them coming in. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's deeper. Like, everything is a script on top of a script on top of a script. Like, we are the ones who they claim that we don't know the truth, but things are being unveiled, correct? Like, we're beginning to see the deception and the millions of faces and the performances and the theatrics that they display in Hollywood, and they use their people.
Lost their lives in this.
They blur the lines on everything
or whatever. She's very aware of this stuff, and so, she references and someone else, and she never says Amy's name, but it's understood, I think, at that moment. And it's sad. I mean, they were friends, and obviously Mark, who's working with Gaga in the studio at that time, was very close with Amy, and produced Back to Black, and Amy's spirit was sort of felt around the studio a lot.
Now, see, look. See, I listen to everything. I'm telling you. Amy's spirit was around, because they conjure and they invoke, and these people are really into things like this. And wherever the last place the spirit was is where the spirit dwells, because the spirit is not rested for once, if it's true that this person is passed, so they say. But I just believe that it's a whole bunch of spiritism.
Reason. There's some obvious sort of similarities between Gaga and Amy that people have always pointed out, just physically. Then they came out around a similar time, and they're singer-songwriters, and they both they're interested in these old sounds. But I think in a way, Gaga sees herself as a survivor. A lot of people didn't make it past 27, and Amy's one of them. And so for Gaga to have gone through that threshold, and she really walked right up to the edge, especially those years. I think she thinks of herself now as somebody who's made it past that and has survived. And I think people can be kind of cynical and be like, oh, you're rich and famous, like, what do you have to worry about her? And that's true. Obviously she has a lot of great support. But there is a very particular experience of being a young woman that becomes incredibly famous, or a young man as well, who becomes incredibly famous at a young age for making music and performing. And there's so much energy that's expected to pass through these kids, through these people. They take so much in and they have to push so much out, and it really can be destructive. And a lot of them don't survive.
Yeah, a lot. I was about to say a lot of them
do become.
I was about to say a lot of them do succumb to the pressure of fame, because they wear you down. They work you out. Rain, sleet, snow, schizo, it doesn't matter. You're worked, all the way, So all the way, you know what I'm saying? They work you to death. Let's scan through this.
Day in the life of a small PT studio owner.
Top of my commercial. They threw another wrench. Okay, so let's see. Give me 1 second, folks. All right, here we go. Oh, so I guess that's probably it. So this is Morona Prophecy, and make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe for more content like this at Morona Prophecy 597. And I believe that it's over. It was on Lady Gaga, and not really. Well, it's on both of them. Amy Winehouse versus Lady Gaga, or conjoined. Are they the same person? Did one character die off to birth a new character? Like, And then, you know, these people they say are not women, that they are men. So they do a lot of that in Hollywood too. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe for more content like this at Morona Prophecy 597. I need to take a little nap, but I also need to speak to you guys. Okay, so I was just trying to give you guys a little bit of time today. And thank you for sharing. For people who celebrate the holidays, happy 4th of July. Okay, and be safe. I want to see you for the new year. And we made it, okay? So subscribe, hit a thumbs up, all right? So God bless you. Thank you. Peace. Thank you. We're on good timing, folks. I'll be back. Thanks. Peace.